Greetings, esteemed client. I am uniquely positioned to leverage cutting-edge synergy solutions to drive unparalleled excellence in your upcoming project. Okay, wow. Please make it stop, right? Does your Upwork or Fiverr proposal sound anything like that? Because if it does, you know you're officially part of the robot army, right? Snap out of it. Welcome, everyone. Let's talk about a massive shift happening right now. We have an absolute epidemic of lazy AI spam completely flooding freelance platforms. But here's the thing. Where others just see a massive annoyance, we're going to look at a highly profitable opportunity. In this explainer, we're totally flipping the script. Instead of using AI to just spam out 50 generic pitches a day and, praying for a response, we're going to break down how to build a highly profitable B2B service by actually auditing AI output for top-tier freelancers and agencies. That's right. We're looking at exactly how you can use AI to pressure test freelance proposals before they ever hit send. And more importantly, we're going to show you how to package this exact workflow so you can get paid. Okay, let's dive right into this. Here's a quick look at our agenda. We'll cover why freelancers lose jobs, the exact AI audit workflow, the tools you need for the audit, how to handle packaging and pricing strategy, and finally, your overall revenue potential. Let's go. Starting off with Section 1, why freelancers lose jobs, specifically the AI spam epidemic. Now, what's really interesting here is that sending unedited AI slop right now basically means you are actively burning your own money on Upwork Connects. Why? Because clients can spot that automated, low-effort copy in seconds flat. Look at this recent poll of proposal professionals by Lofeld Consulting. The top risks of using AI to write proposals are actually staggering. 42% cite OI hallucination, making up fake facts or metrics that just instantly destroy your credibility. Another 33% are absolutely terrified of something called AI speak, while 17% are worried about AI security and leaking confidential client data. Let's zoom in on that second biggest risk for a second. What exactly is AI speak? Well, Lofeld defines it perfectly. It's language that sounds technical and trendy, sure, but it totally fails to communicate anything concrete, customer-focused, or differentiated. Think about your lazy freelancer who just copies and pastes ChatGPT outputs packed with fluff like comprehensive strategic synergy. No thanks. Now contrast that with a smart auditor. This is a service provider who actually knows how to spot these vague buzzwords, flag them, and eliminate the junk before that proposal ever goes out. Which brings us to Section 2, the AI Audit Workflow, our 4-step vetting framework. Let's walk through these 4 steps. Step 1 is testing for specificity, which reveals all those vague, padded statements. Step 2 is testing for context awareness, basically exposing if the proposal just reused an old template. Step 3 is testing experience grounding, so checking if the freelancer's claims actually match their real skills. And finally, Step 4, generating a failure mode summary. Let's look a little closer at how this actually works in practice. When you run an audit, you feed a very specific prompt into your tool. Something like, does this proposal include specific details about the project scope, tools, and timeline, or is it vague? This is brilliant because it immediately uncovers the missing gaps. If the AI flags that tool details or timeline details are totally missing, it proves the writer just relied on safe, vague lines because, well, they don't actually understand the job. And this brilliantly illustrates the exact difference. Look at this comparison. On the left, we've got a terrible, vague AI opening line. We leverage cutting-edge synergy solutions to drive innovation. Complete fluff, right? Now contrast that against the context-aware, hyper-specific proposal on the right. I will use Airtable and Claude to build your automation by Tuesday. Boom. The audit process forces the text to evolve from completely generic to absolutely undeniable. But Step 4 is really where the magic happens for the client. The Indie Hackers framework points out a major psychological shift. They note that most founders hire by looking for strengths. Experienced founders hire by looking for failure patterns. Generating an AI failure mode summary gives your client a crystal clear picture of the actual risks involved. It hands them a definitive, objective yes or no reason to hire someone based entirely on the data. It's a total game changer. Moving right along to Section 3, tools for the audit. Let's talk tech stack. So, what tech stack do you actually need to execute this without pulling your hair out? Well, it really depends on your operational scale. If you're just doing fast, one-off manual reviews, you can honestly just paste the job post, the proposal, and your prompts straight into ChatGPT or Claude. Super simple. If you want a bit more organization, Notion is great for keeping the job, proposal, and review all in one neat database. But if you want a fully automated pipeline running by itself, say you're processing hundreds of incoming agency leads, Airtable is going to be your absolute best friend. You can literally set it up to trigger an AI review the second a new record is created, automatically mapping the risk level as high, medium, or low. All right, Section 4, packaging and pricing strategy. Let's talk about how to monetize this. We're going to use the pricing framework from Dojo Labs to break this down so you know exactly how to structure your contracts. If you go with hourly billing, say $150 to $500 an hour, it's great for a one-time proposal audit. But keep in mind, clients really hate open-ended risk. It gets expensive fast. Fixed-price contracts, somewhere between $10K and $75K, are awesome for building out the client's specific automated Airtable system. Then you have retainers. usually 5K to 15K a month, which are fantastic for ongoing monitoring. And finally, outcome-based pricing, taking a percentage, like 10 to 25% of their revenue gains. This is highly lucrative, but it does mean you carry the delivery risk. So the crucial point here is how you sequence these options. Dojo Labs notes that 90% of new AI consulting clients actually start with a paid scoping engagement before any of the heavy lifting is done. You don't just jump into an open-ended build, right? Instead, you charge for a Phase 1 scoping engagement, let's say $3,500 for 2 weeks, just to assess their current proposal's spam issues. Once that's done, you move to Phase 2, a fixed-price build of their audit system. And finally, you settle into Phase 3, an ongoing monthly retainer to manage the whole shebang. This perfectly protects your time.
Next up, Section 5, your revenue potential. Let's look at the numbers.
$5,000 to $15,000. I want that to sink in. That is the standard monthly revenue potential for securing an ongoing retainer to monitor and audit AI systems, according to benchmark data from TopTool and Dojo Labs. Once a small to medium business reaches a steady AI roadmap, this is exactly what they expect to spend every month to keep everything running accurately and totally free of those nasty hallucinations. Now, if you're sitting there wondering, how on earth do I sell a $10,000 a month retainer? You use this exact value proposition. Pitching an AI audit retainer actually saves the client 30% to 60% compared to hiring a full-time senior machine learning engineer. Look at the breakdown. They get continuous improvement and really fast incident response without paying a $200,000 base salary. You aren't an expense to them. You are literally a massive cost-saving measure. Plus, if you really want to command those premium rates, you should seriously consider tying your audit results to verifiable banes. McKinsey data shows that outcome-based fees actually deliver 2.3 times higher client satisfaction. Why? Because when you completely align your incentives with the client, meaning, you only get that bonus when their proposal win rate actually goes up, you virtually eliminate their payment risk. It's a complete win-win for everyone involved. Finally, Section 6, Getting Started. Here's how you can launch this. First things first, you have to prioritize platform safety. Lowfield Consulting highly recommends setting up a secure AI proposal zone so you never accidentally leak proprietary client data to public chatbots. Second, and please listen closely because this is massive, if you or your client are using tools like Convertix or GigRadar, you absolutely must adhere to platform rules. Fully automated bidding without any oversight is a strict terms of service violation on Upwork, and it will get your account permanently banned. No joke. You must maintain a human verification loop. Let the AI do the heavy lifting, sure, but you have to add your unique human fingerprints, those personal stories, specific metrics, and the natural voice that only a real person can provide. Which leaves us with one final thought to chew on. The freelance landscape has fundamentally changed. The platforms are flooded with generic, low-effort bots, and quite frankly, clients are exhausted by it. So what's it going to be? Are you going to let the AI spam wave drown you, or are you going to step up, build an auditing system, and get paid a premium to actually fix the problem? The choice is entirely yours. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.